Hey boys and girls, welcome to the next video. Today we are going to check some fire starters out. You're going to like this one. I have my granddaughter,
Harper.
And Harper just turned
10.
So for her birthday, one of the things she asked for was do a video with Grandpa.
Yeah.
So here we are. Okay, what are we going to use for fire starters? Number one?
Chips.
Lay's classic chips. For comparison,
Doritos.
not just any Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos, yeah. Okay, Cheetos, but which kind of Cheetos?
Puffs.
Puffs. We're going to try some Cheetos Puffs. We are going to compare them with, how about crunchy Cheetos? Which one do you think will burn better?
I think I know.
We're going to find out. Funyuns. Oh, here we go. Cool Ranch Doritos. We'll see how those go.
My favorite.
Fritos, the original. And not last, not least, but the end of the chips, sour cream and cheddar Ruffles. Now, we have to make a little confession. First, I'm going to show you what else we have. We have dryer lint. I hear that is a wonderful fire starter. What do you think?
Well, I don't know.
We're going to find out. And in the bag down here, we have not just pine cones, but a friend heard we were going to do this, and she offered to give us a bunch of pine cones. And I think those have been in the garage for 3 or 4 years. They are really dry. So we're going to see how those go too. The other thing that when you go on websites and look up good fire starters that I kept finding is cotton balls rolled in Vaseline. I'm not going to, that just sounds messy. So if I was going to do that, I'd just go buy charcoal lighter, spray it on the fire, which we're in a campground. I can see our camper from here because it's right over on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
I just go in and get the charcoal starter when I start a fire there. But these are, just good ideas for camping and improv when you just need a good fire starter. On the premise that you're going to find some good kindling to put on top of the fire starter. So let's test out the first one. What do you want to do first? Oh, before we do that, we did a trial run the other night, didn't we? We get out and started this.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And then it started raining, pouring on us.
Yes, and we had to cut bait and go home. So we're here doing it again. These were on sale for 99 cents at Walmart. And what do you think of them?
They are bad.
They're junk. This was, I think, $5.99 at Dollar General. Bic. Push the button, and it gives you flame. So this is the one we're using today. We'll just have to pass it back and forth. Didn't bring a stopwatch, so this is just kind of a zoom in and see how it goes. What are we going to do first?
Chips.
Which kind?
I think what we should do, so we're going to do 2 at a time. So I think we should do
the 2 Doritos. Which one do you think will go? I have my hunch. What do you think?
I think this one.
I think you're right. I have a theory on ranch and sour cream. I don't think they burn as well, whether they're Doritos or what.
Yeah.
So, that's next.
Run, Grandpa, run!
Bag. I get the Cool Ranch.
And I get the nacho cheese.
That's nacho cheese.
Nacho.
Dump them in a nice little pile there.
I'm gonna go mine right here.
Okay. So you all can see. Stack that one back up. You want the honors?
Yeah.
Push that forward. Pull the trigger.
I can't really do it. Can you do it?
Needs a bigger hand.
Yeah.
That's got some flavor.
Definitely better than the other
You
ones.
get all the way down on the bottom. Let's see if they got a light first off. Come on, chips. I thought these were going to be the best one in the bunch. I really did.
Yeah.
Are they going to burn?
Maybe.
Well, they got to do something because we sure can't eat them now.
Burn. They're gonna burn.
We do have a good wind. That's not helping us.
Oh, it's.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so those are on fire. You want to start? Oh, here, I'll start. You want to try it with one of the other ones? You can.
I think the one I threw is better than the.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Boy, those don't want to light. Okay, there's flame in there. You might not be able to see it.
This one's not
But
working.
there's flame. My theory is sour cream and ranch are not really flammable.
Alright,
So we're going to let these burn for a minute. I thought these were going to be the best of the bunch. No on the ranch.
maybe.
Oh,
It's good.
those are a serious contender. Yes, on the Doritos. I wonder if you roasted marshmallows over this, if you get flavor.
Maybe.
That's actually, you could start a fire with that. You could start a fire with either one of them. Nacho cheese, definitely burning better though.
Yeah.
While that's burning, what do you want to light in the corner? What do you want to try to?
I think what we should do,
We have Fritos,
Fritos and funnels.
Funyuns.
Funyuns.
We'll start those over here. How's
Yeah.
that? Dump the Fritos in a pile, like right there. Good idea. You know, I can see now a problem with the Fritos. Trying to get them piled up
Is a problem.
could be an issue. Yeah, they don't stack as easy, so there's not as much room to get air between them. And Funyuns, on the other hand, are the Fritos everything you thought they would be? Okay. Did you lay your bags out there so we know what we did? Fritos, ranch. There's what we burned.
So far.
Burned or going to? Oh no! Oh, maybe that's not a good idea. I warned you guys it was windy.
Maybe we should put them under. Or back in the back.
I have a hunch these Funyuns, most of this stuff is full of fat, and most of them are about the same, around 10 grams of fat. Well, now it's not fair because the Doritos are starting the Funyuns on fire. But the Funyuns we burned the other day before the lightning and thunder came, and they really burned well.
Yeah.
Not as well as these Doritos. You could start a good fire with Doritos. Okay. Let's see if we can get these Doritos even burning. $5 for a lighter, you'd think it'd blow a little more. Yeah. I'm not impressed with the Fritos. They do not want to. Let's put them on the Funyuns and see if they burn. Because I'm not convinced those Fritos are going to catch. Corn burns pretty well.
Yeah.
The leaves around the Fritos burn pretty well.
Not really the actual Fritos.
You can't really see the Fritos from there, but they don't burn. Funyuns? Yes. Nacho cheese Doritos? Hell yes.
Yeah.
What were these? Sour cream and onion? Or ranch? Cool ranch?
Cool Ranch.
Cool
Yeah.
ranch. They do pretty good. We're going to have to pick those darn Fritos out of there because they are not catching on fire. Even over here, Fritos don't burn when I drop them on the other fire. Not very well. So Fritos are only meant for eating. Okay.
They're good.
Just think, we eat this stuff. Our body does the same thing. It burns it for the calories. You know what we need next?
Oh yeah.
We need a Showdown. Cheetos Showdown. We gotta let this burn down real quick. Okay, now that we have had the pleasurable experience of picking unburned Fritos corn chips out of the fire because they don't burn worth a darn. So we cleaned out everything, smushed the ashes out as best we can.
Yeah.
Next we are going to do what, the Cheetos Showdown?
The Cheetos Crunchy.
You got the Cheetos Crunchy and I got the Cheetos Puff. Now, we tried the Puffs one other time setting it on fire. Do you think the Crunchies are going to do better or worse?
Better.
What's the fat content? How many grams?
10.
Right, 10, and this only has 9. 140 calories? 160. Those might burn better because what we're burning is calories. It's energy.
And I can open it up.
Except for this one on top. I will say The puffs pile up a little easier. I'll give them that. So there we go. Puffs versus crunchy, and lots of crunchy cellophane discs. Ready?
Yeah. Is this one even lighting?
And when those lit, I've seen a matchbook light bigger. I should have bought one of those torches.
I don't know where you threw the other one.
This one's annoying because I spent $5 on it. I expected better. We might have to review the tape to see where we threw it. Did you find it?
This one doesn't work either. Ah, dang it.
Okay, those are solidly burning. They're not as easy to light as the Doritos. So far, the Doritos are just a downright winner.
Yeah.
But again, the crunchies have more fat, not by a lot, but more fat and more calories. They're a little harder to, they don't naturally fall out of the bag in an easy order to burn.
Yeah.
So you really can't get down to the bottom and start. But there you can see, we've got, I killed it.
No.
No.
I thought the crunchies were going to be better than the puffs.
I thought they would, and I think part of it again is just getting the air in. But yeah, these crunchies, I hated picking those Fritos out of the fire. I really don't want to pick the crunchy Cheetos out. They've got to burn. There we go. We've got some flame there.
Can't eat them too. There's covered.
This is not fire starter material.
No.
This is.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, and it's a slow burn. It's black as charcoal once it catches on. Where else can you have fun playing with fire with your grandkids? Not get in trouble.
Yeah. This is pretty fun.
That's a contender. These are duds. We're going to be picking those out
Dang it.
just like, oh, put them back. I wonder if I can put it back in the bag and get my 50 cents back.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, these are 50 cents a bag at the grocery store. I think they're labeled it. Yeah, 2 for $1 or 59 cents each.
It's not bad.
These are the little lunch-size ones, so you can buy them at Walmart. What, like 16 of them in a box for $9? So they're dirt cheap. That is impressive. I think that's a better flame than we had out of the Doritos.
Yeah.
So far, Cheetos Puffs are the clear winner.
A couple of days ago, they were like, they just didn't want to flame, but today it's really good.
Yeah, I think some of that was the moisture. We were a wet fire pit.
Yeah.
We were just trying to do this when we had the most time to devote to it. If you've never lived in the Midwest, May is, you could be 80 one day and hiding in the basement from a tornado the next. We did have tornadoes through here. Was that Sunday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did have some touchdowns. I think there was one fatality.
Yeah.
So we will let the Cheetos burn to the ground. Next one. These are just good old Lay's classics.
Yep.
I know they're going to burn, but I don't know if they're going to burn like those Doritos.
Yeah. Then we have Ruffles, cheddar, and sour cream.
What's the calorie on those? These are 160.
This is also 160.
10 grams of fat.
Yeah, 10 grams of fat for me too.
So they should be pretty good. The only thing that might kill those is if the sour cream is any, because sour cream on its own is not burnable. Try and just put them in like that in a stack. Yeah, minus the one you're going to get them over here. Just a little bit away. Right there. Perfect. Yeah. Now, let's see. Then set the bag aside because that crunch is obnoxious on camera. One of the downsides I have here is I'm kind of lighting these from the top instead of the bottom, but clearly they started on fire.
Yeah.
With ease. Let's see how these do. Ah, this was a $5 lighter.
And then the Fritos right here.
I was at the hardware store yesterday buying some things for the house. And I almost bought one of those little torch lighters just for this. And I thought, no, that's kind of cheating. We're looking to start a fire with like a match or something you'd have. And, you know, a book of matches would do everything this little lighter is doing. Maybe even a better job of it.
Maybe.
Those don't like burning. I'm kind of disappointed in how these did. I really thought they'd be up there with the Doritos. Lay's potato chips. Good with beer, good with soda. We have a little bit of a breeze here, but I mean,
It's not bad.
it's not a storm or anything. It's just a little bit of a breeze, but I'm really disappointed. I think it is something in the sour cream covering, because I looked it up. Sour cream does not burn. Cheese burns. You know, and when you have products like the Cheetos and the Funyuns, I'm assuming you have probably a corn flour base. Yeah, enriched cornmeal is the first ingredient there. I'm sure Doritos are the same way, and that stuff burns like crazy. So, I'm gonna grab some of these and just toss them out because we know. So pretty much anything that says sour cream, stay away from. And anything that says ranch just doesn't do as good. These are actually, once they're burning, they're not Doritos, but that's a good flame.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So Doritos are definitely number one. I would give Cheetos Cheese Puffs number two. I would give standard, no low fat, none of that stuff, just standard potato chips number three. That's a nice burn. That would get your kindling going.
Yeah. Takes a while, but it's okay.
We're gonna open this bag.
Oh, I killed it already.
Yeah, they'll burn out. You can let them go. They'll catch back on. I was sitting around a campfire yesterday afternoon with some friends and went home smelling like campfire smoke. And I'm going to go home again tonight smelling like campfire smoke. It's wonderful.
Cats are gonna hate it.
Yes, we have two cats. They will hate it. We're going to let this smolder down, and then we'll go on to the dryer lint, if I can find it, and the pine cones. Okay, first off, and this is free. This is just random dryer lint I've been grabbing over a couple of days when the wife's done some laundry. Boom!
Ah, that scared me.
Hey, look at that.
That was pretty fast.
Dryer lint burns. Let's see how long it lasts if it burns anywhere the length of a potato chip. That's actually pretty darn good. Dryer lint, no treatment, nothing to it, just right out of the dryer. I kind of wadded it up tighter than it needed to be, but I'm impressed. Doritos were better though, weren't they?
Yeah. It went up in flames pretty fast.
And the Doritos lit very easily.
Yeah.
See if you can get, I'll put these right here. I'm gonna get like 4. We've got a whole box of these. I played with them at a campfire the other day. What was that last Sunday? I stayed in the camper Sunday night. You wanna see if you can get these lit?
Let's see if I can try to get
Yeah,
this
it'll
out.
burn down. It's good.
Whoa, it went down pretty fast.
Yeah, it did. The dryer lint burns, it starts, but yeah, it doesn't last very long.
If you have a big bag of them, maybe it will.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Possessed.
Maybe.
Oh, there you go. The farther down to the bottom, the better.
I can't do it.
Want
You
me
want
to
to do
try
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You need a heck of a grip for that. All the safety stuff. Safety, safety, safety. The lighter doesn't light, nobody can get burned. Those, look at that. Wow. Here's the good side and the bad side about these. The good side is enough. This is nothing. I've got about 5 times that much at home. These really light. You saw it. They lit very easily.
Yeah.
They last every bit. That's a big flame. They're free if you find them. But the catch is, that's kind of bulky. And I don't know if I'd want a whole bunch of these around. They're almost a fire hazard to have around. They're so dry. But wow, look at those go.
I'm gonna get out of the way.
Now let's see if just that pile lasts a couple. You know, those Doritos went in easy 2 or 3 minutes. Oh yeah, that's going right over where you were.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. So dryer lint, nah. So far, the only ones worth repeating are both of the Doritos.
Yeah.
The nacho cheese were the best, and I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
Pine cones, if you can get them. Funyuns did pretty well. They held their own.
Yeah.
And maybe the regular potato. Oh, those cheese puffs.
Yeah. They did better than last time too.
Yeah, we did some Cheetos last time. We didn't get to the crunchies. We did 3, and then the thunder was scaring us away, and I decided I would probably rather bring my granddaughter back to my daughter and her husband in one piece without a lightning bolt in their head. So we cut bait and ran, and lived to fight another day. We did discuss storm chasing as long as we were out, but probably not the best idea. There you go. You fanning the flames, kid?
Go, go, go. Wait.
Okay, final review. First off, 99-cent lighters from Walmart. You got what you paid for. The $5 Bic lighter.
It works better than those, but I would prefer better.
Yeah, it's a disappointment. Okay, so we tried Cool Ranch burritos. That was a no. Funyuns was a yes.
Yeah.
What else do you have that was a no or a yes?
This
Cheese puffs were a yes.
like one of the biggest yes.
Yep. Fritos really, those were one of the worst, weren't they?
Yeah. The rest I have in my hands were a no.
Classics were okay, but not as good as Fritos.
Yeah.
Or Cheetos, I mean.
Put them in
Yeah, and the Cheetos Crunchies were definitely no's. The dryer lint, I expected it to burn a little longer. It is cotton, it should be easy to burn.
Yeah.
And it does, just not for any length of time. Here's where the pine cones were cool for me. When you get the fire going and it's just smoldering and you got a lot of smoke and you've got the wood stacked right, but it's just maybe a little wet and you need to give it a little boost, shove a half a dozen of those pine cones in there, and that's what I did the other night. I had the fire going, it just was lackluster, and that produces a lot of heat very fast. It just doesn't last as long as those Doritos did. That bag burned for 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So y'all hit the like and subscribe. We're gonna work on growing, and we'll see you in the next video.
Goodbye.
Bye.